Depression Ida is moving toward the northeast. 4 people have died because of this storm.
Officials expect that number to rise, unfortunately, as crews fan out into storm-ravaged communities. Just look at that devastation. News 8's Evan Noorani and photojournalist Julio Vasquez join us live from outside of New Orleans with the challenges residents face now. And you're getting a first-hand look. You've been on the ground since the hurricane landed there. What are people saying?
Stella, Eric, good morning to you from Louisiana. That's right. This morning, the biggest thing that people are trying to get is food and water. And what we've been seeing from this gas station that opened minutes ago is that they're just trying to get ice. That has been one of the biggest things that people have come in to purchase. We've seen about 10 carts that have come out with just ice. And that is because people are trying to keep food cold. They're, perishable items, for example, after what officials have said could be 3 weeks without power. So that seems to be the biggest thing on people's minds here as they walk out with ice alone, and that is a limit that they're placing on those customers coming in. Just 1 bag of ice per family that comes in, but other grocery items they're able to get. But people really aren't getting those items. Maybe in some cases they are, but in many cases they're coming out with just ice alone. We talked to the owner who opened the doors. Again, these are some of the grocery stores that are opening now 3 days following Ida, and they're opening their doors for the first time. We talked with the store owner and one of the workers here who said that this is just what people do in Louisiana.
We're always here for the community. One of the things SEG and Winn-Dixie loves to do is be here to support the community. And we're glad to be back early to get our customers taken care of.
I had an opportunity to leave, but I told my mom I would stay because I knew we would open back up soon. So I chose to stay to at least help and make sure that everybody got what they needed as much as possible.
Yesterday, we were about 30 minutes outside of New Orleans in Laplace, where there were lines of 5+ hours to be able to get some of those groceries and to get some of those gas items, for example. And there was a limit of just $20 of gas that they could fill up on, and still people waited in line for 5+ hours just to get that $20 worth of gas to get out of town. And now here in front of the grocery stores, people doing the same thing. They waited in a pretty decent, about hour-long line, and are now walking out with the necessities that they need. So a city still responding, and again, many of the people that we've talked to have said they are frustrated, they're angry that the government hasn't provided the response that they've needed, and instead they have to rely on these private businesses that are opening for the first time out of the goodness of their hearts, rather than FEMA being on the ground, for example, elected officials being on the ground. They're very, very frustrated that they're instead having to rely on these businesses for just to be able to survive, really. Stella, Eric, I'll send things back to you from New Orleans.
Evan, thank you. Real concerns from people there.
Yeah, thanks for the report.